Hi everyone, my name is Skyla Ramirez. Welcome to our session today, our Yoga for Everybody session today. Let's get up and let's get started. Coming into any standing position, any stance that is comfortable for your body. First, let's just take the shoulders up, open the palms, and then reach down towards the outer edges of your feet. From here, as we inhale, we're going to breathe into the center of the chest. Imagine that your heart is functioning like a single lung. This is going to be to correct our upper back posture and to strengthen the shoulders and the neck muscles. On the inhale, breathe into the center of the chest, lift the ribs, let the chest and the ribs protrude forward, and then open the throat, stretching along the lymph nodes and the muscles of the neck. Exhale, slowly relax those ribs down. Inhale, lifting through the ribs. Breathe into the center of the chest, lift the ribs, pull the shoulders back, reach down towards the outer edges of your feet, open the throat, exhale, relax it down and forward. One more time like that. Inhale, shoulders down and back, ribs lifting, chin lifted, big inhale. And now exhale, relax that down. On the next breath in, let's sweep those arms back and around, reach up towards the sky. Press the palms in and imagine you're holding on to maybe a 10-pound bowling ball. So there's this sensation that we're attempting to recruit of pressure coming down into the shoulders and then counter pressure lifting up towards the sky. So maybe let those shoulders push down away from the ears and then reach up overhead, holding your 10-pound bowling ball. Inhaling, shifting forward, lift the heels, just enough to swipe a credit card under the feet, press into the inner blade of the foot to activate the arches of the feet. Exhale, drop those heels, bring both hands back and around, sweep them around like a nice big backstroke movement. Inhale, sweep those arms up, holding the 10-pound bowling ball, reach out of the armpits, pull those shoulders down, shift forward and lift. Inhale, look up, press into the inner blades of the feet. Exhale, palms forward, pull it around and drop the heels. Just one more like that. Inhale, big sweep, palms facing in, 10-pound bowling ball. Reach it up, shoulders pressed down away from the ears, shift it forward. Maybe lift the heels just a little bit higher, feeding maybe just a little more energy up into the legs and the hips. Palms forward, pull the arms back, and drop the feet down. From here, let's take those feet out wider than the hips with both toes forward. We're going to work a stretch into the outer hip. Let's turn that right toe out to the side. So you have your left toe forward and the right foot out to the side, bending our right knee. With that right knee bent, sway the hips over to the left. So you're going to push out and open this outer left hip joint. Let's take our left arm straight out from the shoulder joint. Maybe even look over that left shoulder, working on strengthening the neck muscles. Let's turn that left thumb down and take the left hand into the low back, finding our supported side angle pose. On the next inhale, breathe into your upper left lung and draw that left shoulder back. Press the right shoulder forward, creating a twist in this posture. From here, you're welcome to work on strengthening and straightening that right leg a little bit, keeping a tiny bend in the right knee so that we're able to protect the kneecap. Inhale again into the upper left lung. And now exhale, bend the right knee. Let's slowly come up with the arms. Reach the arms out at shoulder height. Let's look over to the right this time. Looking over the right fingertips, we're able to establish a steady gaze in Warrior Two pose. Now, while you're here, maybe take a look at the right knee. It is really common in this pose for the right knee to get a little deactivated. It might even fall in. So push into the inside blade of the right foot and then press the right knee out so that it's moving towards your pinky toe. From here, let's turn the right palm up. Inhale, reach straight up with the right hand and down with the left hand, keeping that healthy bend in the right knee, maybe even squeezing just through the right hip and the right buttocks region. Looking up at the fingertips, again, strengthening the neck. Breathe into the upper right lung this time. One big inhale. And then exhale, relax that hand down. Let's bring our hands to the hips. Turn the right toe forward and the left toe out. Taking a healthy bend into that left knee. And maybe looking at the left knee, just like our other leg, the knee might start to turn in a little bit. So we'll push into the inside blade of the left foot and then press the left knee out, or squeeze the buttocks muscles together, which will create an opening or a spiraling out of the thighs and pelvis region. Let's keep our left hand on that left thigh. Let the energy sway back into the right hip, opening up that outer right hip joint. Let's extend that right arm out of the shoulder joint, maybe even looking over to the right fingertips. Turning that right thumb down, we'll bend the elbow and let the hand rest at the low back, keeping that healthy bend in our left knee as we inhale. Draw that right shoulder back, breathing into the upper right lung. Press the left shoulder forward, creating a healthy twist to wring out any toxins along the spine, the kidneys, or adrenal glands. When you're ready, extending that right arm out, maybe straightening that left leg, strengthening through the hip and the quadricep, moving into a supported triangle position. From here, let's slowly bend that left knee, rising up to warrior two, extending our arms so that our arms are at shoulder height, and then looking over to the left fingertips. Holding warrior two pose. Breathe deep into the center of the chest. Pull the pinky fingers back and let those ribs and chest protrude a little bit forward. Big inhale. Let's turn the left palm up, reaching down with the right hand, reaching straight up through the right fingertips, looking up at the left hand to work on strengthening our neck and even down into the shoulders and middle back muscles, keeping that healthy lunge in that left knee, inhaling into the upper left lung. Big breath in. And now exhale, relax that arm down. Let's bring both toes forward into our standing straddle. And from here, we're keeping the knees straight or the legs straight, but trying not to lock out the legs. So it's kind of like a tipping point between a strong straight leg and a leg that is locked out. Check in with those knees, maybe just give them just a tiny little bounce to make sure that we do have some healthy blood flow and some openness in that knee joint. Let's bring our hands together at the heart, pressing the palms together. Anjali Mudra, the seal of physical reverence. Inhale, open up into a 5-pointed star, reaching the fingertips out from the armpits. On the next breath in, breathe into the center of the chest and lift the ribs. One big inhale, and then exhale, bring the ribs down. 2 more like that. Big breath in. Exhale, relax. Just 1 more big breath in. Press the knuckles back. Push the ribs forward. And now exhale, bring the hands together at the heart. From here, turn the toes out, finding a plie foundation. Let's exhale, coming down, seeing that the knees bend in the same direction as our second, third, and fourth toes. As we inhale, let's take the palms and open them, straightening the legs, pulling the elbows back behind the waistline, and maybe even exaggerating a little bit of a push forward with the chest while the hips hinge back. Exhale, come to center with the hands, bend the knees, and lower down with a flat back. Inhale, straightening the legs, opening the hands, chest comes forward, hips go back. Exhale, bring it down, and bring the palms together at the heart. Couple more like this. Inhale, open, ribs forward, elbows pulling back, unhinging at the hips to strengthen the low back, and maybe even counter the effects of sitting and gravity. Exhale, palms together, knees bend in the direction of our toes. Let the hips go back. Just one more. Inhale, bring it up. Elbows back, chest forward, flip the hips back. And now come to neutral and relax the hands. Let's inch our feet in closer together to find mountain pose. Lining our feet up with our knees. Knees are lined up with the pelvis bones. The outer edges of the feet might fall into alignment with the outer hip, or they could be a little more narrow. Moving into a low back strengthener here with a forward fold flow. I'm going to do this one with a side view just to give us a little visual, a little reminder to protect the spine. As we inhale, knees are soft. Let's sweep the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Arms go out like a T. Reach back and keep the back flat. Unhinging at the hips. We really want to push back through the buttocks as if you're going to sit back. Bringing the hands to the thighs, supporting our forward fold. On the next exhale, let's relax the upper spine, the upper back. Shake out the head and neck. Let's straighten our arms and come up halfway, supporting the spine. Inhaling, reverse swan dive. Arms to the side with our flat back. Sweeping overhead, big breath in. And now exhale, palms to the heart, pressing the palms. Inhale, open up again, sweep it around. Exhale, swan dive halfway down, bending the knees, hips pressing back, reaching beyond those hip joints. Palms are down, bringing our hands to the thighs, supported forward fold. Inhale in place. Exhale, relax the upper back. Let the spine stretch and decompress with gravity, helping us out. Shake out the head and neck. Open and relax the jaw. There is that connection to the hips here. We want to relax the jaw to decompress the lumbar spine. Let's come up halfway. Reverse swan dive. Press the palms together and bring them down to the heart. Big exhale. One more time through that sequence. Inhale, sweeping overhead. Exhale, swan dive. Bent knees, flat back, reaching back, holding it here. Shoulders pressing towards the hips, away from the ears. Bringing our palms to the thighs. Find the breath, inhaling in place. Exhale, relax, breathe out from the throat. Shake out the head and neck. Decompress the spine. Relax the jaw. Relax your lower row of teeth. Let's come up halfway, letting the hips drop back. The knees are deeply bent. Reaching back, push into the feet. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, palms to the center of the chest. Holding it right here with palms at the center of the chest. Maybe just for today, close your eyes and give the body just a few moments to recalibrate itself. So if we've been using our eyes a lot this morning to look at a computer screen or to commute, it can be valuable for us to shut down eyesight or to shut down that sense of sight and tune into body sensations instead. Become aware of the energy in your feet, press into the inner and outer edges of the feet, and maybe feel for a sensation that tells you that your body is centered or that the weight is balanced in the feet. Shift forward a little bit, shift back, And somewhere in that shift between forward and back, there is what you would maybe call your centered place or a balanced place to feel supported through the soles of the feet. Web out the toes as much as your shoes will allow for now. Lengthen through the crown of the head. When you're ready, inhaling, sweeping both arms up and overhead, reaching towards the sky. Let's keep the left arm extended. Lower that right arm down, palm in towards the thigh, reaching down with the right fingers in the right hand, reaching up with the left hand, and maybe allowing the left shoulder blade to come up towards the ear a little bit. Reach down with the right hand, dropping the right shoulder away from the ear. So the stretch is primarily along the left side of the body. It is also from the right hip up to the left armpit. It's called a spiral line of energy. To add to this stretch, walk your toes into touching, just inch the feet in a little closer. From here, start to bend the left knee, dropping that left hip down away from the rib. And if you want, you can try a self-adjustment today. Let's take our right hand underneath the right ribs. On the next inhale, breathe into that upper left lung and pull your ribs up away from the hip. You can look up, straight ahead, or down over that right shoulder. Let's try one more big inhale into the left lung, reaching up and pulling up on the rib. And now exhale, slowly straighten that left leg, lower the left arm, and open both hands. You might notice that it feels different from left to right already. As we open the trunk of the body, the organs are going to shift. Let's inhale the right arm up and overhead. Palm is in towards the left thigh, reaching down with that left hand. The left shoulder is pressing away from the left ear, reaching up through the right fingertips, looking up, very traditional, but also the most strenuous on the neck, straight ahead, a little more neutral, or looking over to the left, allowing our body to work with gravity to reduce a risk of injury in the spine. Breathe into the upper right lung. Let that right shoulder come up just a little bit. If you start to notice any pinching or discomfort, pull the right shoulder down. To open up the side of that body a little more and to accentuate the stretch across your body, let's bend our right knee, dropping that right hip away from the right rib. Keep lifting that right rib up. Maybe take the left hand and reach around. Self-adjustment. So sometimes in yoga classes, the teacher will come around and scoop up the rib and the liver in order to accentuate the stretch. You can do it yourself. Breathe into the upper right lung. Pull up through the right hand, through that right rib with your left hand. Big inhale, reach. And now exhale, relax everything. Straighten the right leg. Both legs straight, toes are touching. Let's wring all that out. Hands coming to the heart. Gentle swivel, twist to the right. Notice when your left hip starts to twist with it, and try pressing that left hip back so that we isolate that twist or that swivel at the waistline. As we exhale, we're pushing our hips back. Let's look down at our knees. We'll know that we're twisting a little too much or we've lost that isolation. If you see your left knee protruding forward, that means that the left hip and the sacrum are twisting. So push that left knee back, keeping the knees pressed together. The knees are in alignment. Looking over the right shoulder, a little goes a long way with this. Inhaling into the upper right lung with the twist. Exhale, come to center. Place the hands on the thighs and relax your upper back, straightening the legs, pressing the hips back. Shake the head, yes. And turn it left and right. Spinal decompression. Let's walk our hands to our thighs, bend the knees, and press the hips back, finding a flat back. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhaling, palms come down to the chest. Practicing that swivel at the waistline towards the left, and noticing when we swivel that naturally the body, when we have exceeded our natural range of motion at the waistline, it'll pull on the back and the hip muscles. So as we twist to the left, noticing when that right hip starts to swivel, push the right hip back. From here, we're bending our knees, looking down at our knees to see if that right knee comes forward. We're pushing the right knee back, gluing the knees together, hips are level, twisting to the left, thumbs up the center of the chest, inhaling into the upper left lung, exhale in place, just one more big breath in, and now exhale, bring it to center, hands to the thighs, exhale, relax the upper back and spine, let the head hang loose once more, shake the head yes, and turn it left and right. Let's walk the hands up to the thighs and shins, flat back, bending the knees, pushing the hips back. When your body is ready, reverse swan dive, big breath in. Exhale, pressing the palms down to the heart. From here, let's take our feet out to the width of the hips, working on just stabilizing our stance from a neutral position. Let's dig into the shoulders a little bit today. Let's take our arms in front of us with the palms facing up. From here, cross the right hand over the left. And you might cross low at the forearms or even up across the elbows. From here, let's bend the elbows. So you'll have now what appears to have your left arm in front, right arm is closest to the body. At this point, maybe experiment with trying to touch the palms of the hands together, or you could slide that right hand behind the left hand. So maybe you're looking at the palm of your left hand now, and the right palm is pressing against the knuckles of the left hand. Another option is to turn the palms in towards each other. We're establishing eagle arms here. This is to help open the space behind your shoulder blades. Sometimes we get little pinches in the ribs or spine directly behind the heart. We're trying to release tension there. From wherever we are with the arms, let's press our shoulders down away from the ears. And as we inhale, we allow those elbows to rise up. So maybe the elbows come up to about the height of our armpits. Anything higher than that could create some discomfort. So we could go a little bit higher, just monitoring the body's level of comfort here in eagle arms. From here, slowly start to bring those arms down. Let the hands go, release any tension in your shoulders and uncross the arms. Go ahead and shake off those arms. Maybe even rotate the shoulders forward and back a few times. And now let's do the other side, bringing our arms forward, palms facing up. Let's cross the left arm over the right. From here, we're bending the elbows. So now we have our right palm, which will appear to be in front, and we'll have our left palm closer to us. At this point, we can turn the palms in. We can attempt to have the right palm touching the back of the left hand. We could even try to maybe slide the right hand in front of the left and then turn the palms in towards each other. So there are really a lot of variations on this particular pose. Now, once we establish some comfort in Garudasana, eagle pose, we'll press the shoulders away from the ears and then lift the elbows up to about the height of the shoulders, maybe just a tiny bit more, but anything higher really could increase a risk of injury to your rotator cuff. Inhale into the space behind your heart, using the lung capacity in the back of the lung and under the shoulder blades, keeping the chest and the heart protected with the shoulder blades open. One big inhale into the back of your heart. And then exhale, relax. Let's take any tension off the shoulders and hands, unwind the arms, lower the hands down. And again, shake off the arms, maybe just let them kind of look like Gumby, or let your arms move around like a octopus. From here, slowly relax those hands. Let's reset the body by taking the feet to hips width. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, sweep the arms back and around, palms up, sit back to chair. 3 more like that. Inhale, palms around, reaching up, extended mountain. Exhale, palms forward, big circle back, circle through, palms up, sit back to chair. Inhale, sweep it up. Option to lift the heels. Exhale, drop those heels, sweep it around, palms up, chair pose. Last time, inhale, big circle. Option to lift, option to look up. Exhale, circle back, palms up, sitting back, chair pose. Let's come to standing, placing one hand over your heart and the other hand on the belly. Let's find the breath, the fullest expression of the breath. Breathing down into the belly. Fill the lower abdominal region and let the breath come up to your chest, lift your heart. Now exhale, relax the chest and pull the belly in. Inhale into the belly, through the ribs up to your heart. Exhale, relax your heart and relax your belly. Pull the stomach muscles in. One more time through 3-part breath. Inhaling belly, through the ribs up to the heart. And now exhale, relax your heart, ribs, and belly. Relax those shoulders down and back. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, palms to the heart. Breathe out the throat as if you're going to follow the mirror. 2 more like that. Inhale, reach. Exhale from the throat. 1 more. Inhaling through the nose. Exhale from the throat. And from here, we can close together. Namaste, everybody. You have a fantastic day. Please join me in our Wednesday classes that are coming up at City Hall. Look for the email from Michelle Gifford. Have a great day, everyone. Namaste.